Tonight, we enter the strange world of phone calls that should never have happened. Calls with no signal source, voices from people long gone, warnings from impossible places, moments where reality seemed to glitch. These aren't legends. These are real stories, documented, recorded, feared, and they reveal a cold truth. Sometimes the most terrifying things don't appear in the dark. They appear when you answer the phone. This is the top 10 phone call mysteries you won't believe. What would you do if the phone rang at night, you picked it up, and the person on the other side knew everything about you, your name, your childhood, your secrets? But then you remember something. That person died years ago, and yet their voice is calling you. Welcome to WonderBox TV. Tonight, we follow 10 calls that shattered logic and left behind questions no investigator could answer. Number 10. The silent caller. It began quietly, a ringing phone every night at exactly 2:13 a.m. A family in Ohio lived through it. They would pick up and hear nothing. No voice, no words, only breathing, slow, steady, human. Police traced the call. The signal ended inside the family's house in the basement, where a landline had been disconnected years ago. The cord hung loose. The wire was cut. The phone was dead. Yet at 2:13 a.m. every night it rang. The family fled the house. The line was removed entirely. But at 2:13 a.m. in that empty home, the disconnected phone rang one last time. Number 9. The airport call. A woman waited for her husband to land. Her phone buzzed. His number appeared. She picked up. I landed. I'm heading out. His voice, clear, alive. She waited outside arrivals. People rushed out, but not him. Then the announcement came. His flight had crashed 20 minutes before the call was made. Everyone on board gone. She checked her phone. The call was still there, logged, verified, impossible. Hours later, her phone buzzed again, his number. 3 words. I'm almost home. The man was dead, but something still tried to reach her. Number 8. The brother's warning. A teenager was about to leave home when his phone rang. His older brother's voice said, "Don't go out tonight. Please, stay home." The voice was calm, familiar, undeniably real. But his brother had died in an accident 3 months earlier. The teen froze, stayed home. That night, on the road he planned to take, a massive crash killed 2 people. Had he left, he would have been right there. Someone protected him. Someone who shouldn't have been able to call. The number has never existed since. Number 7. The voicemail that shouldn't exist. After her father's funeral, a woman checked her phone. 1 voicemail. Unknown timestamp. She pressed play. A whisper. "Don't cry. I'm here." Her father's voice. Soft, warm, exactly as she remembered. But his phone had been switched off and buried with him. Experts studied the file. No metadata. No timestamp. No routing information. Just a voice that shouldn't exist. The message had no digital footprint, as if it materialized from nothing. A final goodbye delivered by something beyond the living. Number 6. The future call. A man in Tokyo received a call from his own number. Confused, he answered. His own voice spoke. "Don't go out today." The man laughed, ignored it, left home. Minutes later, a devastating explosion hit the station he normally crossed. He survived only because he arrived early. But his phone was on him the entire time. It had never called. His own voice warned him. Even though his phone never dialed. Whatever called him knew the future and knew he wouldn't listen. Number 5. The baby monitor call. It started with laughter coming through the baby monitor, but the parent's daughter was with them in the car. Worried, the mother called the house. A child answered, laughing. It was a soft, playful laugh, but it wasn't her daughter. They raced home to find every room dark, empty, and silent. Footage from their security cameras showed no movement, except for one recording, which captured the faint sound of tiny footsteps. The most chilling part? The caller on the phone said their daughter's name, a name the parents had never shared with anyone. To this day, the voice remains unidentified. Number 4. The last goodbye. A fire engulfed a home, and one man died inside. Firefighters discovered his phone, melted into the floor, and completely destroyed. But minutes after the fire, his mother received a voicemail. "Tell Mom I'm okay." The timestamp was after the flames had already taken him. The voice was undeniably his. His phone was destroyed in the flames, but somehow his final message survived. It was as if something carried it through the fire, so his mother could hear the last words he never got to say. Number 3. The caller from nowhere. A dispatcher received a distress call from a man lost on a highway. He described thick fog, trees, and a silent road, but GPS returned no location, just blankness. No roads, no signal towers, nothing. Police were sent to the coordinates and found an abandoned stretch of highway road that had been unused for 12 years. But the man's voice was on the recording, clear and terrified. His voice faded mid-sentence, like he was pulled away into darkness. The road had been closed for years, but his fear was fresh. Number 2. The nurse's phone. Hospital staff kept receiving calls from room 404 every night. At the same time, the same faint voice whispered for help. But room 404 had been shut down 7 years earlier after a patient died in that very bed, begging for help that no one heard in time. Later, the phone line had been removed, the electricity was cut, and the equipment was gone. And yet, the phone kept ringing. The last call came through. "Is anyone coming?" After that night, room 404 never called again. Number 1. The caller with no mouth. While waiting outside his own home, a man received a call from his landline. He answered it and heard his own voice whisper, "Don't open the door." He immediately checked his security feed. Inside the house, a figure stood facing the door. It had the same clothes, same height, and same posture as him. But the face was smooth, blank, no eyes, no mouth. The figure slowly turned its head toward the camera, and the feed glitched out. Police found no intruder, no broken locks, and no second person. Minutes later, the video erased itself, frame by frame, as if something didn't want to be remembered. 10 calls, 10 impossibilities, 10 moments where reality glitched in the dark. Phones connect us, guide us, and reassure us. But sometimes they connect us to places we were never meant to reach. Maybe time bends. Maybe voices linger. Maybe the dead aren't as quiet as we think. So if your phone rings tonight and the voice on the other end sounds familiar, ask yourself, are you sure they're still alive? If tonight's stories made your heart race, you're going to want what's coming next. Subscribe to WonderBox TV. Stay curious, stay aware, And whatever you do, don't ignore a strange call.